Tonight on Piha Rescue, a desperate Mayday call from Coast Guard radio. 3 lifeguards go missing.
They get a big set through the keyhole, then me swim through the keyhole. Yeah, I don't know, mate.
And a diving expedition that goes terribly wrong.
2 people in water, 1 breathing, 1 non-breathing. We're close to rocks, no way that other boats can get in to help them.
Piha, its rugged beauty, the perfect setting for international and local films. Each year, many tourists flock to the coast for spectacular holiday snaps, while daredevils test their luck. Atop the barber's chair, 3 lifeguards trust their experience to keep them safe. And in Raglan, a similar glorious day. Mother Nature offering different challenges for those seeking a thrill, with paraponters and kite surfers making the most of the good breeze. Raglan guards are not as fortunate as their Piha counterparts, often understaffed during the peak summer season. Out at sea, the Coast Guard, always in close cooperation with the lifeguards back on shore.
What do we got? Broken down boat on the bar on the inside of the bar, engine failure.
For those who don't understand Scottish, in short, a boat has engine failure and needs assistance. And in 10 minutes, the lucky couple are towed back to safety. Patrol captain at Raglan today is Debbie, who switches seamlessly between lifeguard and grandmother.
All good. Put some sunblock on, please.
Her husband and grandchild are here today for a fun family outing.
Is that Nana?
Nana.
You're a Nana?
I'm the Nana twice.
Oh my God.
One in the oven. Yeah. Still got to look after the grandkids while they're on the beach as well, so that's all good. So going up to have some lunch and hopefully they'll remember that.
The flags are positioned more than 200 metres to the north of the patrol tower, making it tricky if there is a major rescue. It's a massive area to cover, especially when they are short-staffed.
Unfortunately, we're short on lifeguards today and have put out a big text to at least all of our club members.
The Piha guards received the message as well, and one of them, Piha Club Captain Tony, is here to help.
Being down here at Raglan, it's quite different to what we get back home. We've still got a big hole of about 400 to 500 metres. In a Piha, our beach is only 800 metres long, so effectively we've got a hole just about the size of the whole area we patrol.
Everyone is preparing for a busy day.
It's going to be a big day and it's outgoing tide, so guarantee something's going to happen.
Especially when beachgoers ignore the signs. It's 11:15 a.m. An eerie feeling descends.
Hey guys!
And lifeguards are on high alert.
Go that way a bit.
It doesn't take long before a mayday is heard on the Coast Guard frequency.
Just a heads up, there's a Mayday on the Kawhia bar.
Kawhia Bar, 8 minutes south by helicopter.
Okay. Anything else?
Not yet, someone's not breathing.
Okay, copy that. Could I have a replacement at flags, please?
Kawhia Bar between Kawhia and Albatross Point. We've got a guy in the water.
Wes races to get the gear ready in case a lifeguard is called up for helicopter service. If that happens, it will be Debbie, the most experienced Raglan guard.
Does he have a life jacket on?
Kawhia Bar, one more not breathing.
Coast Guard is trying to establish how many people need help, what condition they are in, and what assistance they need.
We keep a Coast Guard radio on our what's going on. We just had a Mayday call home from the Kawhia, which is the next coast round. They've just said they've got someone in the water that's not breathing, so we're just kind of see what's going on. And it's a little bit far for us to respond in the IRB, but there's a possibility that if they send their helicopter could come and pick one of us up if we could provide some assistance.
One thing is clear, this is a desperate, life-threatening situation. Debbie's wee grandson is too young to understand the enormity of what is unfolding around him.
You're unable to get to him, is that correct? Now, what is the situation as far as getting to him? Just let me understand what we need to do to help you get him, over?
Claudia, can I have a bit of help with this, please?
Debbie puts on a harness so that the chopper can winch her down to the victim if he's still in the water.
Okay, Roger, but just take a deep breath. I just need to get this information so that we can help you help this friend of yours, okay? Is there any way that somebody can get to him to start rescue breathing, over? There's one guy in the water.
Kawhia Bar is too far for Coast Guard to reach quickly, and it's more than likely that lifeguard Debbie will be picked up by Westpac Rescue to assist. It's all very confusing for the little guy.
When you get older, honey. When you get older, you come and do it. You're just really keen, aren't you?
Coast Guard comms are trying their best to get more detailed information, but radio contact is distorted.
Right, I understand that. As I say, look, we've got help on the way to you.
The Raglan guards are heading 500 metres away from the clubhouse to a farm paddock, an improvised landing pad for the helicopter that could arrive any minute.
Okay, I need a description of your boat so that when we get out to you, we can find you, over. The boat top?
Again, silence. Coast Guard comms have been able to decipher parts of the call that has come in from a boat at Kawhia. One person is on the rocks and isn't breathing. But the rest is difficult to understand. With the patient not breathing, speed now is crucial. The helicopter has been confirmed.
We're just gonna go with what we've got at this stage. Wait for further information and confirmation.
You need to make sure that you keep your vessel and the rest of your people safe. I know that you are desperately trying to get to the person on the rock, but you also need to be aware of the people you have on board and make sure you are in a safe situation, over.
It's an anxious wait for a helicopter they all hope will make it in time. Debbie and her grandson's day has turned to custard.
No, cabbage head. You have to stay there. No, you don't get cabbage head, that's why you must stay there. Very dangerous. So what's the actual call?
2 people at Kawhia Bar, 2 people in water, 1 breathing, 1 non-breathing. We're close to rocks, no way that other boats can get in to help them.
It's not always a good thing to come across, but it is reality out there, and unfortunately these things do happen.
Debbie's husband and biggest supporter.
I have full faith in her. I think the biggest thing is that I love her for what she does, and I'll always be there for her. Not only that, we've got our grandson here as well today. He's going to be a part of this rescue. All I'm wishing is that everybody comes home safely.
Local police arrive. If they are to be involved today, it's for body identification. Debbie's grandson is assisting them, activating the lights and improvising for the sirens. Meanwhile, at Piha, the tide has come in faster than anyone was expecting. And it's wet towels everywhere. It's been an hour since 3 lifeguards were first spotted on the barber's chair, and they have now disappeared without a trace. Concerned fellow clubbies anxiously try to spot the trio. Suddenly, one of the missing lifeguards appears. managing to swim back with some terrible news.
Yeah, they're on the rocks. But... What's his name? Remus.
His mate is injured and unable to make it back to shore. Horse and John prepare the IRB.
Sort of out on the keyhole. Yeah. Something floating. Is it just seaweed?
Experienced lifeguard and surfboat champ Horse heads up the difficult task of rescuing one of his own in today's atrocious swell. A rescue near Camel Rock in these conditions will be anything but easy.
Well, they were sitting right on the point, and this wave just went whoosh, and then straight over.
Horse carefully maneuvers through the giant swell. But then, disaster. The motor stutters.
You see him, John?
Back on deck, another IRB is ready.
Oh, they're going to take the other boat out first.
And it's veteran lifeguards Dennis and Mark who race out to provide backup.
They've all got dark wetsuits on, so they're not going to be easy to see. Yeah.
Horse's motor seems to be going for now, but in these conditions, it might not be for long.
Right, good.
Speed is not their first priority. If the IRB flips, it will be 2 more lifeguards to rescue. Suddenly, Horse spots the trio in front of the keyhole.
That's him. He's going to have to swim out for us, eh? They're big ones, mate. Yeah. That's all right. Where is he? I'm going to navigate the keyhole. He's going to go through the keyhole. You right, mate? What are you doing? Remus, you want to pick up or what? Okay. You check it out first, make sure it's good.
There are only 2 options. The stranded guards can clamber through the keyhole, climb over the ridge to the blue pools and then walk back to safety. Or swim out to the waiting IRB.
What do you want to do? Go round the back of the keyhole? Do you want me to go walk round? What about if I drop you into the keyhole, you go through to check him, and I've got him in the boat with me, we'll go around the other side.
John appears hesitant.
You want him? If they get a big set through the keyhole, then me swim through the keyhole. Yeah, we'll pick up on the side. So I've got him to keep the boat ballast. I don't know, mate.
Horse's plan doesn't sit too well with John, and for good reason.
No go! You're going to go through! We'll see you around the other side! Get out of here!
Horse updates the other crew.
He's going to walk through the ledge. Okay, he's going to walk through the ledge to the other side, so we'll go around and pick it up on the other side. Okay?
And while the boats head to the other side of the keyhole, in Raglan, the helicopter arrives to pick up Debbie. According to the latest reports at the next bay around, there is 1 person on the rocks, 2 others in the water, and 1 of them is not breathing. As the helicopter prepares to leave, the Coast Guard updates the Mayday callers.
Right, look, help is on its way. We are getting help to you, over.
It's only an 8-minute journey from here, but with reports of a patient not breathing, every single minute counts. the Piha guards took horses' advice and managed to clamber through the keyhole safely. One injured and in terrible agony. It looks like a broken arm, supported by a kelp sling.
Lock arms. Let's go. Just a lot of pain. Pain sort of gone now a bit. Okay, I'm good. Well, that's a good make to the sling. Look at that. That's a bit of keep in the jury. A bit of seaweed for a sling. How's that?
You're trying to take my shooter, mate.
Oh, no, I'm just saying. You guys did well.
Have you got a radio? Oh, here they come down.
Back in the boat for the journey home, Horse and Dennis carefully weave through the waves. But it's a bumpy ride for injured lifeguard Remus. Climbing the barber's chair is normally a safe practice for trained lifeguards. But in a freak accident, today suddenly turned nasty.
I was just out the back by the barber's chair and a big wave came and knocked us off the rocks, and I kind of got tumbled over and hit my shoulder on another rock. I was with 3 other people. So, yeah.
Painful?
Yeah, quite painful.
Jet or someone, I just want to go and check out the rips the way they're working now for us. Okay, so I'll go out again.
Immediately, Horse gets back to patrolling the beach while Remus is moved to the medical room. Meanwhile, in Raglan, the atmosphere in the chopper is tense. The last radio contact was that 3 people are on the rocks and one of them is not breathing. Back at Piha, Remus is straight onto the Internox for pain relief. It's a confirmed dislocated shoulder and an ambulance is required.
Probably request an ambulance for suspected dislocated shoulder for a 20-year-old male.
Remus knows that this time he pushed things just a little too far.
We probably shouldn't have been on so unexposed a point and not looking as well. That was the main thing that got us.
And the injury has far-reaching consequences.
Probably one of PR's top prospects in the Nationals for all the events that these lifeguards do. And he's gone and hurt his shoulder. So let's hope it's not too bad, because I don't come any better than this young fella. When it comes to competing, it's a bit of a concern, all right? Your mother will be devastated.
More devastating news in Raglan. Radio contact has confirmed that the patient is deceased. The grim picture down below says it all, as the victim's mate stands guard next to his friend's lifeless body. It's now just a formality for Debbie and the ambulance officer to confirm that the patient has died. Back at the tower, the guards are still unaware of the terrible news.
Apparently you can't reach them on the rocks, face down, facing the water, not breathing.
Are they on the rocks? They're in the water.
That was the description.
The victim was diving, one of a party of divers on a trip that has gone terribly wrong. With no room on board the chopper, all they can do is move the diver up onto the beach. His mates stand vigil until the helicopter returns to pick up the body. Almost as devastated as his friends, Debbie and the Westpac crew return to Raglan in silence. Meanwhile, at the surf club, a quad takes an IRB to the landing pad to bring the gear and Debbie back. This time, the helicopter will return with a much smaller piece of equipment.
Just feel really aroha for the whānau and glad to be back here. Hey Bruce. You know what? I actually know that guy. His face is familiar. His face is really familiar, and I'm trying to think where it's from. I'm sure it's from the marae.
At Piha, John updates Remus's worried mum.
That's right, he's just getting into the ambulance now to be taken away. Would you like to talk to him?
Alright, do you want us to drop
He's going to go to North Shore Hospital, okay?
In Raglan, the day has ended without drama on the beach. But it's a day that Debbie will never forget.
Just let them know that we're going.
In Piha, a similar ending to a day filled with drama, but a far happier ending. Next time on Piha Rescue.
What a monster! What a monster!
It's carnage and chaos at the classic Piha boat races.
Can we have some medics, please?
A group of Yanks trapped in front of the Lion.
Now, we've got to get 3.
And in Raglan, police report a missing surfer in atrocious conditions.
IRB 2, if you can respond.
Okay, so we've got 2 situations here.